spirits of miners that passed away while working in the mine. We are not evil, but don't play around with us. We can be very mischievous. During the gold rush, mines began digging into the mountains of Colorado. Thousands of men journeyed to the west in hopes of striking gold and getting rich. However, most mines are extremely dangerous, and we would try to warn them of a potential collapse or dangerous gas coming. But since we are spirits, it was tough to warn the miners of the...
What's up, seekers? Welcome back to the channel. You guys already know what we do here, man. We break down scary and creepy videos, man, on the net, on the web, man. From TikTok videos to IG reels, man, to YouTube videos. Anything weird, usual, and explain, you can find right here on this channel. I just want to thank the seekers, man, who's been tapping in with the channel, who's been subbing up. Greatly appreciate that, man. We're seeking the truth just like you. That's why you found this channel. Found this video for you guys today, man. Let's check it out.
In a year? Well, that's exactly what happened to these three astronauts. They came back to Earth after spending 371 days in space when their return capsule was unexpectedly hit by space junk. When the three men, Sergey, Dmitry, and Frank, were launched back in September 2022, they were told that they were only going to spend 6 months in space, but that later turned into more than a year. And that's because the accident caused so much damage to the radiator, so they had to wait for a replacement capsule to be launched back into space. When it finally arrived, the three astronauts were safely brought back to Earth and landed in a remote area of Kazakhstan on September 27th, 2023. Even though they were okay, they explained how tough it was spending so long in space and the psychological damage. And you might think that 371 days is an absurd amount of time in space, which it is, but Russia still holds the world record of 437 days in space, which was set in the mid-1990s.
This is why you should be...
Damn, bro. Seekers, man, could you imagine being, I guess, like not touching, I guess, solid ground for more than a year? They was in space for that long, bro. Because I guess they said something else with the launch, man. And like I said, what she said was right. Like that's like a freaking mind battle, bro, going on in your head, man. Being, I guess, away from your family, friends from that long, bro. But the thing that got me freaking spooked is, and they said from Russia, they hold the world record. Why that? Heck, were they in space that long, bro? That's kind of weird, man. Got me asking questions.
Be careful of some photographers. Zoe Fit, a model on Instagram, was doing a photo shoot with a photographer she thought she trusted. The photographer's name was William Francis. But when Zoe went to go change her clothes in the bathroom, she noticed a little light on the charger brick. This one. She even found a chip inside. When she plugged the chip in her camera, this is what she found. Him plugging it up. Before I continue, I've been using this crazy fitness app. It even gives you the exact program to get the body you want. Link in my bio if you want to get in shape too. Zoe became devastated and even weirded out of the whole situation. And the scary part is you can get these cameras at places like Walmart and Amazon.
What the hell? Seekers, man, did you guys see that freaking camera? You would never suspect, bro. It looks like a freaking innocent wall charger, bro. Man, I'm telling you, man, technology is getting too advanced nowadays, bro. It's like you can constantly be watched, man, like for 24/7, bro. You don't even know. And he's a photographer, so you know how much access he had to those girls, bro. She's probably not his only victim, bro. Probably been doing that a numerous amount of times. Man, bro, how could somebody even let somebody sell something like that, man? That's like too dangerous, bro. A wall charger disguised as a camera. I'm about to have me checking all the freaking chargers in my damn house or something, bro. Making sure nobody ain't trying to watch me.
Horrifying websites on the internet that you should never visit, Part 1. GoodbyeWarden.com gives the last words of 565 Texas inmates who were executed on death row. And some of the statements are absolutely gut-wrenching, with many asking someone to take care of their children when they're gone, and others insisting upon their innocence. DeathDate.info is a dark, morbid site that asks you to enter your name, age, weight, and height before spitting out the exact date that it thinks you're going to die. The site also provides you with 3 words that it says will be related to your death in some way. PlaneCrashInfo.com has an extensive database filled with recordings, pictures, and transcripts of the final moments of a plane crashing. And MidnightInTheDesert.com has unedited footage of the 67 exorcisms of Annalicia Mikkel. And trust me, her demonic screams will haunt your nightmares.
Bro, those websites, man, especially ones about this freaking the date, you put in your weight, date, age, bro, and you can figure out when you're gonna freaking just eat it. I don't know who would even make a website like that, but who wants to know about something like that, man? I wouldn't even go searching for that. That just put bad energy out to the freaking universe, bro. Seekers, and you know we all about good vibes over here, man. So I wouldn't even freaking attempt to even do something that's freaking stupid or scary, bro. That's just me. I know some people would probably do it in a heartbeat. They say, I want to find out. Not me. Seekers, what do you guys think about that, bro? Edit. I call the edits, man. I gotta call them out when I see it. That's clearly an edit. That's funny, though.
Traumatized, it makes me want to cry. You dumb motherfucker, I loved you, I loved you, I loved you.
This is 22-year-old Rhett Barlow, and he was seeking nothing but revenge. Let's rewind a little bit. In 2016, a dump truck driver had failed to slow down and rear-ended a minivan, causing the driver of the minivan to pass away. That driver was Rhett Barlow's mother. The man responsible for her death was Donald Calder Jr., and let me be clear that this was just one horrific accident. He was arrested, served his time, and later released, and Rhett still sought revenge. On November 28, 2023, in North Carolina, Rhett had allegedly went onto a hitman website where he placed an order for Donald to be unalived. According to the New York Post, that same day he apparently purchased an AR-15. The hitman was indeed real, but reported Rhett to the police, causing him to be arrested. As of right now, Rhett is being held on a $1 million bond and has sparked a lot of controversy. Some are saying that Rhett had every right to seek revenge, while others are saying that Donald had already paid for his actions for a mistake he made. The hitman that reported Rhett to police didn't get arrested as well because he reported Rhett to police, but let me know your thoughts on this case.
U.S. Army...
That one... Yeah, I guess see why freaking cause controversy, man. You know, people want vengeance, and then there's other people saying he served his crime, so I guess he already did his time, so I guess they figured the situation's over, man. But I guess the son, man, freaking it impacted him differently, obviously, because the person who passed away was his mom, so he just wanted vengeance, man, and he wanted to get at any cost, bro. Behind a hit, man, I don't think that was the move to go, bro. I can't believe there's even a website where you could just type it up and just, hey, I want to hire a hitman. Like, what the hell, bro? I'm telling you, Seekers, man, the things I've been learning watching these videos, bro. That's why, like I said, I'm seeking the truth just like you, man. I'm a fellow seeker out here, bro.
Soldier and fitness influencer has died by own choice just days after her daughter's 12th birthday. Michelle Young was a staff sergeant who enlisted at just 17 years old. The now 34-year-old served two tours in Afghanistan, most recently in 2021. That same year, she extended her military contract to serve 20 years. As of September, she had served 16. Military values ran deep in her family. The soldier often spoke of her grandfather, a Navy veteran. In her free time, Young worked as a crisis and trauma response volunteer while also volunteering at a local women's and children's homeless shelter. It's unclear how or where it happened. Sarah Main, the coup veteran-owned activewear brand Curves and Combat Boots, broke the news of Young's death through a GoFundMe campaign. Michelle was a beautiful soul, an amazing friend, a single mother. A soldier and is proof you never know what someone is going through or what demons they may be fighting. Young's daughter was her whole world, and the campaign was organized to help Gracie with anything she may need. We know Michelle would appreciate us all looking out for her now.
Crazy, bro. You never know what somebody's going through, man. You just never know. Always we gotta check up on your people, man.
Did you know that Chris Watts, the man who killed his entire family in 2018, has seen his daughter's spirit in his jail cell? In the book Letters from Christopher, author Sherilyn Cattle claims that she received a letter from Chris where he details seeing his daughter in a dream in his jail cell. In this dream, he claims to have seen his daughter Cece dancing on the chair next to his bed in the cell. And he claims that while he saw her dancing in the jail cell, the folders and other items he had sitting there started to move by themselves. In the same book, he also claims to have talked to his dead wife, who he murdered, on the phone from prison. There are multiple articles talking about this happening online, and it's also reported that the only things he's allowed to have in his cell are photos of his family and a Bible. He's also stated in the past that he hopes to be reconnected with his family one day, but I don't know if that's going to happen. If you want to hear more of the paranormal claims surrounding the Watts murders, go listen to my podcast, Murder in America. Our episode is an hour and 20 minutes long, and we go super in depth in the case file. And I guarantee if you listen to our podcast, you'll learn new things that you've never heard or seen before.
I have to freaking check out that freaking podcast, bro, because I didn't even saw that case a couple times, but to hear he said that his daughter and his freaking dead wife, the ones, you know, he did the act who was communicating him in the cell. I don't know if he's doing that for attention or they truly, I guess, trying to communicate with him, man, and I guess haunt him for his wrongdoings, bro, to them. And like these people, bro, when they say they communicate with these spirits, bro, you never know, man. I'm trying to talk to them, man, relay a message. What do you guys think, Seekers? Edit. Sorry, have to call it out like a secret.
Once again, another child has been failed by the foster system. In November 2015, a 27-year-old Jennifer Rosenbaum called police when her 2-year-old foster daughter, Layla Daniel, began choking on chicken. The dispatcher walked Jennifer through the Heimlich maneuver to try and save Layla's life, but it was too late. When Layla's body was examined, it was clear that she was starved. She had bruises, abrasions, 11 injuries to her torso, and an injury to her liver consistent with punching her abdomen. And according to the pathologist, Layla's pancreas was also separated in 2 pieces. But Jennifer's defense argued that the injuries were actually from the Heimlich maneuver. Layla's older sister, who was 4 years old, was also fostered by Jennifer and her husband Joseph, but she was immediately taken away after Layla's death. But what's crazy about this story and could have possibly saved Layla's life is that this couple never turned in the correct paperwork and only went through a quick screening process to qualify to be foster parents. But also, I question how family services failed to notice the bruises and cuts on Layla's body during their visits. Jennifer was charged as the primary abuser, while Joseph was accused of pretty much turning a blind eye. She was sentenced to life in prison, and Joseph faces up to 30 years on second-degree murder.
The thing that was scary to me is like, you heard about what she said about the paperwork, how they were just able to freaking get access to that freaking kid like that, man. It's like the people, they're not freaking doing their jobs, bro, and you see how it affects everybody else, man. It's like if one person don't do a job, it's like it's a domino effect that can freaking change somebody's life forever, bro. Just like the simple things, man. It's the simple details, bro, that you can't miss because you never know what's gonna happen, bro, in the future, but the outcome of it. It's just a sad and tragic case, Seekers. Truly.
This right here is a strange true crime case involving 2 sharks. In 1935, fishermen caught a shark and put it in the aquarium in Sydney. A crowd came to see the shark and miraculously, great timing, it vomited a severed hand and a forearm out. The forearm had a boxing tattoo on it and the hand still had fingerprints. It belonged to Jim Smith, a petty criminal and a boxer. Upon examination, it was found that the limb was deliberately cut off with a knife. This opened a whole murder investigation. What makes it more interesting, the tiger shark did not eat the human arm. A smaller shark ate it, and then the tiger shark ate that shark. Jim Smith, the boxer, was last seen at the Cecil Hotel with some business buddies. And by business buddies, I mean everyone that commits insurance fraud. 2 men, Brady and Holmes, were both arrested on suspicion of the murder, and later on they confessed to doing it. Apparently Brady cut up Smith, put him in a box, and tossed it into the bay. And that's when that shark ate the remains, and then the tiger shark ate that shark. It's kind of crazy how this whole thing came full circle like that. Let me know what you guys think about this case in the comment section below.
This woman...
That case, man, you guys see how it was like a freaking loop, bro. Like that freaking shark in the aquarium, man. The freaking, I guess, yeah, you know, traumatized. I guess those people there for freaking ever, bro. But here, how it was all over freaking insurance fraud, bro. and that shark the shark ate the remains, and and the other shark ate the freaking tiger shark, man. It was just like a big loop, bro. It's like he wasn't gonna escape that, bro. That his actions, the people who did that, the actions were gonna get brought to light, man. That's just insane, bro. To even think about that, man. Ooh. Like, imagine this being in an audience. You think you're seeing a shark, bro. It just spits out somebody's freaking arm, bro. Imagine the kids and stuff being there, man. Traumatizing them, bro. Like, over a freaking insurance fraud. Over money, bro. The root.
Woman got a man beaten to death in the streets of Baltimore by screaming. This is Latiqua Mays, and she was 20 years old when all this went down. So Latiqua had lived in Baltimore, Maryland for a very long time. So a little while before this incident, Latiqua was living in a boarding house with one of her closest friends. And one evening, this man named Donald Robinson broke into their room at the boarding house and assaulted her friend right in front of her. Now, obviously, this was a horrible thing for Donald to have done, but Latiqua didn't think that Donald had been given a long enough prison sentence for the assault. So one day while Latiqua was walking down the street in Baltimore with her father, she came across Donald. She saw him out in the free world. That's when she started to scream, he raped me, pointing at Donald. Now, I'm pretty sure she didn't know exactly what was happening, but she incited people to violence and then ordered a group of men that were nearby to start beating him. So these young men who were at a basketball court nearby joined in. They started beating, punching, kicking Donald. They held him down and mercilessly beat him in the middle of the street while Latiqua pepper sprayed him. And later on, Donald was eventually taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead from his injuries. Even Latiqua's own father, Willie Mays, joined in on the attack, and he was eventually sentenced to 2 years in prison for second-degree murder. And Latiqua, she was sentenced to 6 years in prison. And for a while in her sentence, she was in solitary confinement. Now, I don't know what happened to her after all this. I don't know where she's at now. She's out of prison by now. But the mob violence in this story is absolutely insane. And I can't believe this man was murdered in the middle of the street in broad daylight by a group of people.
I ain't gonna lie, that goes to show you, man, the power of words, bro. She just said one thing, man, just like, that just set a flick off of everybody's head who was involved around there, and they just started freaking, I guess, going in on him, bro. That's why you gotta be careful, man, what you say, because you never know, bro. But think about it. She said one word, bro. It cost that man his life, man. It was like a live execution seekers. Gotta be aware of what you say, bro. There's power in words. Yeah, dude. What the?
We're the adults.
You can say that.
I am saying that.
I was by age.
And by maturity.
You maybe.
You were a teacher, Mary. You can't say I was immature.
But you don't know him.
No, but I don't need to know him in this discussion. He's the child. I'm talking about you.
Who was the boss? Who was the boss?
What?
Who was the boss back then?
There was me pursuing you.
Who was the boss back then?
Trying to flip it on him.
This is ridiculous.
No,
This
who
is
was?
ridiculous.
Who was? Just say.
Just say.
Who was the boss?
All I knew was what I knew back then.
Or who was the boss?
He was 13, Mary.
But who was the boss?
This is getting weird.
Who was the boss? Who?
I'm pursuing the relationship.
Who was the boss?
This is sickening.
Well, I was the pursuer.
Yes.
Mary, even as you're hearing this now, come on, he was 13.
Doesn't matter.
It absolutely matters.
Oh well, flaw me. Flaw me as an
As an adult?
yes, flaw me. I did the
Yeah.
best I could.
What? There's no way she was like trying to turn it on him, like as the freaking interview was saying, like, bro, it doesn't even matter if he did all that. Like, he was a child. You're an adult in that situation, bro. You couldn't freaking use your morals and stuff just to separate yourself from that, bro. People like that, man, dangerous, bro. They want to take freaking accountability for your actions, bro. Seekers, you gotta be aware of people like that.
Haunt the mines of Colorado. Hello, my name is Urban. I am a Tommy Knocker. We are the spirits of miners that passed away while working in the mine. We are not evil, but don't play around with us. We can be very mischievous. During the gold rush, mines began digging into the mountains of Colorado. Thousands of men journeyed to the west in hopes of striking gold and getting rich. However, most mines are extremely dangerous, and we would try to warn them of a potential collapse or dangerous gas coming. But since we are spirits, it was tough to warn the miners of the dangers ahead. We would knock on the walls, and it would echo through the mine. This was our first warning, but some miners thought we were guiding them to gold and would start digging towards their doom. We would then blow out their candles and turn off their headlights. Unfortunately, some didn't take our warnings.
What is the Siberian dancing lady? So you've probably seen this very eerie viral video of a woman dancing in the streets. The video allegedly depicts some kind of entity known as the Siberian dancing lady. According to some urban legends, if you look directly into the eyes of the Siberian dancing lady, apparently she will possess you or attack you or something of that nature. Side note, this is actually why you keep seeing those "sorry for looking into your eyes" comments. They are because of the Siberian dancing lady. The Siberian dancing lady is apparently known to jump in front of cars and dance in a very entrancing way that doesn't seem human-like. Now, there have been many reported sightings of this dancing lady, and they're all very, very creepy and very, very eerie. But so far, I don't think there's actually been any kind of report of someone being possessed by the Siberian dancing lady. So the part about her possessing you is probably made up. But there are so many videos of this dancing lady all over the internet that I personally believe she is a real thing, but we just don't know exactly what she is.
Seekers, man. What would you do, man, if you just saw in the middle of your neighborhood, in the middle of the night, you just see a lady just dancing, bro. And it keeps like recurring, bro, over and over again. You would definitely think something was up, bro. Something was freaking, I guess, wrong with her, man. The Siberian dancer lady, bro. That really piqued my interest, bro. I'm gonna have to do some more research into that, bro. Like, why she's doing all that dancing in the middle of the night? To say that she's jumping in front of cars, that makes it even 10 times more dangerous, bro. Like, that's just an accident waiting to happen. Seekers. Edit. Like, what the hell?
Today's case is one that shouldn't have even happened. But unfortunately, many girls, just like Lily, will suffer the same fate that she did. In December of 2021, Lily was just 18 years old and she'd been out at a nightclub. And in said nightclub, she ended up meeting 31-year-old Lewis Hayne. Lewis was a father himself, and the pair were seen on CCTV leaving together. In the CCTV shown, it was clear that the two were getting on very well. It looked like they were having a nice time, and it appeared that they'd just sort of left the club to have a bit of time to themselves. However, Lily's mum was on her way to pick up Lily, which had been arranged, and Lily had kept in touch with her mum, letting her know that she was nearly at the arranged pickup spot, until eventually she stopped responding to her mum. The pair ended up heading down a back alley, and it's believed that because Lily ended up saying no to Lewis's sexual advances, he murdered her by forcefully ripping off her shirt and then strangling her and dumping her body into water nearby. To make this case even more heartbreaking, Lily's own mother had eventually ended up seeing Lewis walking down the street. She ended up looking at him and she thought he seemed odd, but little did she know he just murdered her own daughter. And to top off, and to just prove even further what kind of a person that Lewis is, he then got home and told his girlfriend, his long-term partner, that he'd just strangled someone. And it was hours later when Lily's body was discovered. So due to him being seen on CCTV with Lily, he was arrested. And in court, he stated that the reason why he killed Lily was because she threatened to accuse him of being a rapist after she found out that he had a girlfriend, which I personally think is utter rubbish. And he was sentenced to a minimum of 23 years in prison. Cases like this should not be happening simply because girls say no to a man. And I really, really hope that Lily gets the justice that she really, really deserves. It's just disgusting.
This is one of the worst cases.
It truly is, bro. Some people, man, they just can't freaking just accept the concept of no, man. No means no. If they say no, then that's it. End of discussion, bro. And like I said, the freaking mom to hear that she like walked past him, bro, and she saw that something was weird and something was off, man. But and to figure out that he freaking took her daughter away from her, bro. Like she knew, I guess, or she felt something off. I'm telling you, man, people they can sense things like that, bro. I truly believe that, man. And if he can say he just walked in and just told his girlfriend actually that she did, but like he just didn't have no remorse. He just said I did it. Secrets, bro. This world is evil, man. Always gotta be aware, bro. Always.
In human history, this is the murder of Christine Silouan. She was from the Philippines and was a volunteer in church, and she used the church every day from 4 to 6 p.m. On the day of her murder, she went to church as per her schedule, but she didn't come home after that. Her parents then started to worry, and they began searching for her with their neighbors. And what they found is absolutely horrid. They found her body in a farm where half her face was sliced like a piece of pizza, and her face was literally skinned down to her skull. Also, her brain was completely destroyed by acid. The police then started investigating, and they checked the cameras and found out that she was with a guy. The people started protesting about this case, and the case was then given to special officers. They had a lot of pressure on this. A week before this happened, she broke up with her boyfriend, so the police took him into custody. And he was proving that he was at home all day when she was murdered, but officers were completely tired of this case, and they then sentenced him as the murderer. But after a few months, a thief was caught in a store where he confessed that he murdered and raped Christine. He said he started talking to her on Facebook with a fake account and was using fake photos of another guy that was pretty good looking. Christine fell for the guy, and she assumed that he was about 20 years old, and they started texting daily. One day, they both decided to meet up at 6 p.m. near the church she went to. But upon arriving, Christine noticed that this was not the guy she was talking to, and he was around 40-ish years old. She then refused to talk to him and tried to go back, but he held her hands extremely forcefully. He then took her far away from town and raped her repeatedly and put iron rods inside her personal organs. He then cut her face in half and then skinned her whole head down to the skull. And to make it even worse, he put acid inside of her head. The autopsy also revealed that her tongue, trachea, esophagus, parts of her neck, and her right ear were missing. The self-proclaimed killer of this case, named Renato Lanes, said that he used barber-type scissors and stabbed her 30 times on different parts of her body and skinned her face. Christine Silouan was only 16 years old, and this case is extremely haunting. There's a picture of her body that was found in the field, but Google did a really good job of not showing it and hiding it. So even if you do go looking for the picture, I don't think you're going to find it. This is one of those cases that after you get done reading it, you just feel some sort of uneasiness. I feel so bad for Christine's family, and I can't imagine finding my daughter in this state. May Christine Silouan rest in peace. This 18-year-old...
She getting all freaking catfish, bro. I tell you, man, bro. Freaking people, bro. Freaking demented, man. She made a freaking fake account profile to talk to her, bro. After she shouldn't know, because his true freaking self was revealed, he just decided to do the unthinkable, man. That's what I'm telling you, like, people behind these profiles and stuff, man, you gotta do research into them, man. I guess if you're talking to somebody online, because you can never know, but it can be a catfish. They can be a completely whole different person, bro. You can make a whole different life online, bro. It's freaking scary, man, how you could just portray yourself to somebody else, but you're a completely different person. Seekers, bro. Tell me, have you guys have any problem with any catfish before, bro?
Model was murdered, and you won't believe what her killer said. This is Sally Ann Bowman, and she was born on September 11th, 1987, in Carshalton, South London. She attended the Brit School for Performing Arts and Technology in Croydon. Sally Bowman had dreams of one day appearing on the cover of Vogue and had been compared to supermodel Kate Moss. After leaving school in 2004, she worked part-time as a hairdresser and model. In January 2005, she joined Post Model Management, a local modeling agency, and she became the face of Swatch Watches and took part in the Swatch Alternative Fashion Week in April 2005. But in September of that year, her life would drastically change forever. On the night of September 24th, 2005, Sally Bowman and her older sister Nicole and a group of friends went to Lloyd's Bar in Croydon, where they stayed until 1 a.m. After leaving the bar, Sally Bowman waited outside for 15 minutes before being taken to a friend's house by taxi. She contacted her ex-boyfriend Louis Broadston, and he agreed to pick her up and take her home after she told him Nicole had been arrested for fighting. She took a taxi back to Croton Town Central, where Sproatston picked her up around 2 a.m., but while in the car, Sally and her ex-boyfriend got into a fight and they accused the other of infidelity, which had been contributed to their recent split. Shortly after 4 a.m., Sally left the car and Louis drove off. Minutes later, Sally was then stabbed in the neck and stomach and was then raped as she lay dead or dying on the ground. Her handbag, cardigan, and underwear and mobile phone were stolen. Police initially treated Louis as a suspect and he was then arrested. After being held for 4 days, DNA evidence eliminated him as a suspect and he was released without charge. On June 28, 2006, 35-year-old Croton man Mark Dixie was arrested on suspicion of murdering Sally. He was charged with Sally's murder and remained in custody to await trial. This development came after police discovered a DNA link to the murder, having taken a DNA swab from Dixie when they arrested him 2 weeks earlier for allegedly being involved in a brawl at a bar, where he was working as a chef. After more than 18 months in custody, Mark Dixie went on trial at the Old Bailey in the City of London on February 4, 2008, charged with the murder of Sally Ann Bowman. He admitted to having sex with her after finding her on the ground outside her home, but denied murdering her and said that he did not realize she was dead or dying when he found her, which is just sickening because we all know he did it and what he did to her. Mark Dixie was then found guilty of Sally Bowman's murder by anonymous verdict on February 22, 2008 after 3 hours of jury deliberation. The judge sentenced Mark Dixie to life in prison with a minimum of 34 years, meaning that he is unlikely to be considered for parole until at least 2040. It was also revealed that Mark Dixie was already a convicted serial sex offender. This case is just so chilling and sad because Sally Bowman had dreams of becoming a model and just doing something good with her life. And that went all out the door because this mentally unstable man had other plans. She was just 18 years old with her whole life ahead of her. May she rest in peace.
Freaking case, man. These people, bro, they be doing demented things, bro. Freaking never fails, bro. To hear that she was that young as well, man. She had plans for life and all that, bro. He just came along and just freaking ruined it all, bro. Just because of the type of person he was, man. Seekers, bro. So it's an evil place, man. You always gotta be aware because you never know somebody's intentions, bro. You just never know. YouTube seekers, man. If you guys made it with me to the end of the video, you're a real seeker, man, who's seeking the truth. So I appreciate that, man. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, man. Hit that post notification bell, man, so you guys never miss a video. Guys, we're climbing, we're growing, so I really appreciate that. You guys gonna catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace, seekers. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, seekers. You guys already know what we do here, man. We bet down scary and creepy videos, man, on and on the web, from YouTube videos to TikTok videos to IG reels. We have it all here, man, on this channel. Like I said, thank you guys who's been tapping in with us, man, and subbing up to us, man. You seeking the truth, just like you. And once again, as you guys can see, I changed my layout. Tell me what you guys think of this design down below. It fills up the full screen, so no more of that extra space. Just check it out.
Human body you didn't know. Your nose can recognize over 50,000 different smells. And whenever you smell something, you never forget it. Next, did you know it's impossible to tickle yourself? Go ahead, try it. Moving on, your brain uses around 20% of the oxygen you breathe. Meaning, if you don't get enough oxygen to your brain, there's a high chance you could get brain damage. And did you know the human heart actually beats over 100,000 times a day? I just find it so crazy. But what I find crazier is that you're taller in the morning than you are at night. So if you need to measure yourself no matter where, do it in the morning.
Okay, the thing that got to me was when saying that heart beats over like 100,000 times per day. I never knew that, bro. Man, goes to show you, bro, how hard the freaking human body actually works, man, to keep you sustained and alive. It's freaking crazy, bro. Like I said, man, I'm just like you guys. I'm a fellow seeker, just like you, man. I be learning new facts every single day and I incorporate them into my freaking everyday life, bro. Like I said, man, wow. The secrets, bro, when you tap in with us, man, you're gonna learn new information, bro, every single day. Tell me if you guys learned something new, bro.
This might be the most brutal way somebody has ever died, and whenever you do, don't look up the picture. Octavio de Silva was a 20-year-old soccer referee in Brazil, and on June 30th, 2013, he was refereeing a soccer game when he sent off a player named Josmir Santos Abreu, who was 31 years old. He refused to leave the field and began a fight with the referee. Abreu threw a punch which made Octavio draw a knife from his pocket and repeatedly stab Abreu. Abreu died on the way to the hospital, and when fans watching the game, including Abreu's family and friends, found out about his death, they invaded the field and stoned Octavio before decapitating him, and then ripping his limbs from his body with just their strength and no weapons, and then put his head on a stick in the middle of the field. And what makes this worse is that a graphic video surfaced online shortly after the incident, showing medical personnel reassembling Octavio's body. The video and pictures are extremely disturbing, and I don't recommend looking them up. The way his limbs looked after being ripped off is extremely unsettling to look at, because you see strings of flesh, tissue, and bone because it wasn't cut off properly and it was just ripped off. This case is absolutely awful, but why did Octavio pull out a knife when somebody just punched him? If he didn't stab Josmir Abreu to death, he would still be alive today. But just imagine being literally ripped limb from limb by an angry group of soccer fans, and there's nothing you can do as they pull your body apart.
Doctors couldn't
It's a freaking just insane freaking case, bro. Like, I guess, do you know how much strength you had to have? Like they said, they had no weapons. They literally like pulled his freaking body apart, man. And it was over a freaking soccer game as well, bro. Like, it's not that damn freaking serious, bro. Like I said, bro, people, man, or fans, bro, you know, when they, I guess, playing a sport and their favorite play gotta get taken out because they did a foul or something like that, bro. Like, it really affects people, man. But to hear, like you said, it started over punching. He just stabbed him. I'm like, what the hell, bro? I wonder if that was, like he said, I wonder if that was live too, because he said the freaking footage surfaced a couple of days later after that freaking gruesome attack, bro. Like you said, the lady had to put his body together, man. They like stoned him, bro. I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm the question I'm asking, like, how did the other players and stuff, I guess they just let that freaking happen, man. Everybody, they just sat there and watched as that happened, bro. That's the real question we need to be asking.
explain why this kid was sick until they see what the school was serving. This is Chen, and he was a second grader who moved from Beijing to Seattle back in 2019. He started school just like any other kid, but he was immediately outcasted. Since he couldn't speak English perfectly, all of the students and teachers were treating him horribly. But things only got worse from there because Chen started to feel extremely sick. Every day he would come home with rashes and a burning fever. But then he'd wake up fine the next day, go back to school, and the cycle would start again. This kept happening for 3 weeks until Chen's mom finally decided to take him to the doctor. They found out it was actually food poisoning causing Chen sickness every single day. So they sent a health inspector to check out the school's kitchen. Now, at first, everything appeared to be normal. But when she took one look into the soup bowl, she immediately called the police. They found thousands of spider eggs. Kids had been mixing it into the soup each day.
Let's talk about this.
What the hell? I remember freaking being in school, but I remember, bro, I was not a freaking fan of freaking at school lunch, bro. Because of freaking cases like that, man. Like you said, spider eggs, bro. Who in a right mind was mixing spider eggs in a damn soup? And he was getting sick, bro. Like, it was a cycle. It was, like you said, good for a couple of days, then sick, good, then sick, bro. Like, man. Thankfully, I guess, like, he survived because nothing happened. Like, imagine what happens if he can, like, have this side of him, bro. Whew, some chills down my damn spine, man. That's why I said, bro, be worried about that school lunch, bro. I'm sorry, man. If you're in school, you're sending kids to school, bro, I recommend, man, sending them with some lunch, bro. Homemade lunch from the house, bro. do not trust school lunch, bro. I'm trying to tell you guys, it's not the right move.
This picture. This is why if I ever have kids, I'll never let them use the bathroom alone. A 7-year-old girl and her mom were headed to Target, and she was getting some clothes for school. Her mom also wanted to grab some snacks for movie night. So while her mom went to go grab popcorn and other snacks, she told her daughter to go pick out clothes for school. When her daughter finally finished and picked out the clothes, she went up to her mom and said something strange happened. A sad pale lady had came up to her, telling her that she wished she could have her own daughter that looked just like her. The mom, who thought the daughter was just joking around, laughed it off and said, "Let's go." While heading to the register, the daughter shook her mom and said, "That's the lady who told me she wanted a daughter just like me," pointing at a mannequin. The mom laughed, thinking the daughter was still being silly. You know how kids have wild imaginations, always playing around. While at the register, the daughter had to go to the bathroom. So the mom told her to hurry up. It was only a couple hours down, by the way. While in the bathroom, the daughter texted the mom saying the pale lady's in here who wanted a daughter. The mom, trying to get in a rush back home to her other kids, said, "Hurry up, we have to go. Stop playing around." 10 minutes later, and the daughter never came out. The mother, who was waiting outside the bathroom at this time, rushes in the bathroom to see what the heck is going on. The daughter was nowhere to be found. She even checked the stalls to see if her daughter was hiding, standing on a toilet or something. On one of the stalls, she found her daughter's cell phone on the floor. By the way, if you made it this far in the video, comment down below your favorite fruit. Mine is mangoes. When she checked her phone, this was the last image found in it. Police still to this day have no explanation on what happened to that little girl.
Freaking bone-chilling story, bro. Goes to show you, man, like I said, sometimes, you know how sometimes, like I said, I guess parents, they don't, I guess, listen to kids, because like you said, they think they're just playing around or it's their imagination, but no, sometimes the kids, what they saying is true, man. You gotta take heed to their word, bro. Because like I said, that's speaking one of my freaking worst fears, man. Like, you could just be here 1 minute and gone the next, because somebody just freaking snatched you up, bro. And the mom thought, yeah, like that her daughter was freaking playing the game, but clearly wasn't. I gotta do some more research to that case, man. He said she's still going to this day. I wonder if she ever found her daughter, bro. That woman, man, she was the freaking key, bro. She said the daughter was pointing to the mannequin, but maybe that could have just been a metaphor for something else, bro. Who knows?
Every single holiday that we celebrate is celebrating one of the 7 deadly sins. Valentine's Day represents lust. Thanksgiving, that celebrates the sin of gluttony, because you're eating a lot. You're overeating. Christmas, what do you think that is? Greed. Overconsumption and excess. Celebrating gifts. We're not really even celebrating like the birth of Christ, because people are so focused on the gifts and shit. The holiday of Easter, what sin would it be? Say it's envy, because the Romans were jealous of Jesus, so they murdered him. Oh, it's crazy. St. Patrick's Day, it's sloth, because people get blacked out drunk. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Now Halloween is what? It's wrath. So scaring and hurting people for fun. With masks, it's wrath. The sin of pride. Okay, what's that? Oh, nah, we're not even gonna say that.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I never even thought about it like that, but he just freaking expanded my mind. If you think about it, like I said, these holidays, they do represent, I guess, the basis behind them of what they're meant for. They do kind of represent, I guess, which, I guess the sense he was talking about, bro. Like I said, all secrets, bro. When I watch these videos, man, with y'all, I'm just like one of y'all, bro. I'm learning new information, man. Just try to incorporate it, bro, in freaking everyday life, man. Whoa. Because that makes sense. He said Thanksgiving, freaking gluttony. Because that does make sense, because on Thanksgiving, man, people, they eating a lot of food, bro, and sometimes it's excessive, man, because you know they're eating too much. And Christmas is greed because, you know, you're getting all those presents stuff, like I said, but you're not even celebrating, I guess he said, what you're supposed to be. You're just celebrating that you're getting the gifts. And he said Easter was envy because the Romans were envious of Jesus. Expanding my knowledge base, seekers. That's what we gotta do, man. That freaking young, bro. Put that in the hood. Bad sound, bro. Is it a blood on his hand? Oh, this caught on camera, bro. Seems like school is closed. This is nobody else there.
People born with crazy.
That's how the way that that dog freaking reacted, man. I'm guessing, bro, it was picking up the scent, bro, of her in the freaking trash can, man. But the hit, man, he said he was only 14 years old, bro. Doing acts like that, man. What makes that even go into their freaking mind, man, to do something like that, bro? You saw the way that how the video was starting on, man, like he was ducking around the corners just watching, and then when he put down his head, man, you know he had freaking devious thoughts in his damn mind, bro. And look what happened at the end result, man. The thing that gets to me is that like the hallways, they were empty, so I wonder if like school was closed or were they there early or something, because there was like nobody walking in that hallway besides them two. So school either had to be closed or they was there very early. Goes to show you, man, like I said, doesn't matter how old you are, bro. People want to do some evil things, man, they're going to try to find a way to get it done, bro. Unfortunately, that's what happened.
Mutations. This is Johnny X. He had a condition called caudal regression syndrome, which basically meant he had no lower body. He worked as a sideshow performer in circuses back in 1930, and he actually played Goonie Bird in the original Tarzan movie.
3 dark psychology facts.
What the hell? I didn't know he'd be born without the lower half and he survived, bro. She got some on damn head, man. Never knew like that was something even freaking possible, bro. They said he played Goonie in the freaking original Tarzan movie. I guess the old version, bro. I wonder if have any more. Pretty sure yeah, some more people I guess were born with his condition, man. Just I've never seen him before, man. Like I said, bro. These videos, bro, expanding my knowledge base, bro. That's one thing, man. I appreciate these videos, what they do for me, man.
There's an extremely high probability that a stranger has looked at you and thought about killing you without you even knowing it. The person you first look at when you enter a room is the person you feel most threatened by. When you spend 10 minutes in front of the mirror in a dimly lit room staring at yourself, your mind gets bored and starts scaring you by making you see a monster with your face combination.
Really?
And they were both found dead. She must have been out of her head.
Oh my god,
this is literally the dumbest man on earth. Hi, my name is Ethan, and here's everything you need to know in under 1 minute. On June 26, 2023, Patrick Profried and his wife were having an argument. Now, they had just had a baby that was only 3 weeks old, so the argument was early in the morning, which is understandable because they are suffering from lack of sleep and just a whole new adjustment. While Patrick's wife was holding the baby, Patrick entered the room holding a crossbow. The mood immediately shifted, and trigger warning, it's about to get dark. He allegedly raised the bow and shot at his wife. When he did, it accidentally hit his 3-week-old baby and his wife. He then pulled the arrow out of his wife and begged her not to call 911, but when she did regardless, he fled the scene. Thankfully, he was found and arrested and charged with second-degree murder and attempted, and his wife was okay. Unfortunately, the baby did pass away.
Man, bro. Did that to his own blood, man. His own freaking newborn baby, man. What the hell were they freaking arguing about, bro? That would possess him to get a crossbow and shoot it, and then just gonna ask his wife not to tell, or not to freaking call the police, man. Like, after that act you just committed, you think she wasn't gonna do it, bro? I said these videos, man, that we watch, man, these people, man, they don't want to freaking take accountability, man, for their freaking actions, bro. It's actually, man, freaking insane, bro. How many of those freaking people we come across when we watch these videos? Never ceases to amaze me, bro. Edit. I gotta call it like I see it, bro.
The world's worst job, otherwise known as Shein or Sheen, however you pronounce it. Hi, my name is Ethan, and let's get right into this. Recently, I've heard a lot of rumors about how bad the Shein workers are treated each day, and honestly, nothing could have prepared me for what I learned. This all started in June of 2022 when a viral TikTok displayed articles of Shein clothing with handwritten messages stating, "Need your help." According to Brightly.eco, they state that the average Shein worker works 7 days a week in 18-hour shifts. They even found that some of the workers were seen washing their own hair while they were at work just to keep up with their personal hygiene. Not only do they work a lot, but they also make a base salary of $556 a month to make 500 articles of clothing each day. Let me know what you guys think.
That's freaking criminal, man. To think about it, like the clothes that we're wearing now, man, was made by those workers, like blood, sweat, and freaking tears, and they only getting paid that little, bro. They're working that many hours, bro. Ooh. It's like it's the simple things in life, man, that we don't freaking pay attention to, bro. What the hell, bro? They need to freaking go on. I guess, can they go on strike or do something like that, man? I'm guessing they don't want to, because then they try to push back, then maybe they like try to take away their jobs for them. That's the only way they have to freaking support their family. That's why they're working that long, man. That many freaking shifts, bro. Like they had them say they was washing their hair, or they was there to keep it up their freaking hygiene, man. That shows you, I guess, how freaking grueling the conditions are, bro. Sometimes, man, that's why we gotta appreciate the freaking clothes and pants and socks and stuff we wear now, because it all comes out of their freaking the hard work, bro. Out of their hard work and labor. It's the small stuff like this, man, you can't take for granted, bro. Expand my mind base.
Here are some things that you didn't know the real purpose of. Have you ever wondered why the bristles on your toothbrush are colored? This is to indicate that you should get a new toothbrush when the color fades. And have you ever wondered what the 57 is on the Heinz ketchup bottle? Henry Heinz thought that the number 57 was a cool number. So to make sure everybody knew which ketchup was his, he put 57 on all the bottles. And have you ever wondered what the small holes are in airplane windows? These are to help keep the windows from frosting up. And it regulates the air pressure inside the airplane. Have you ever wondered what those little bumps are on the highways? These are rumble strips put there to wake up sleepy drivers.
Scary. That's freaking interesting, man. I never knew there was like little small freaking circles in that damn airplane window. Cause I thought that there couldn't be like, it had to be freaking sealed shut, because you know we can't have that type of air pressure coming in through the windows. It makes sense, man. Now that I think about it, you said because it regulates, I guess, the air temperature inside the plane. Because imagine if it was like fully shut, I guess no air was coming through, it would kind of be like, it's like you're going to be cooking in like a freaking can, bro. I guess it has to be that small.
Three facts that will blow your mind. Do you remember your dream when you wake up? Then it wasn't a dream, it was a message.
I remember a couple of dreams, man, like so freaking well that I'm thinking that it was actually like a memory, bro. Comment down below, man. Like, has that ever happened to you guys? But like, you remember a dream so well that you actually think like it's a freaking like memory, or something, man. Because that happened to me a couple of times, and I've always wondered like, what does that mean, bro? It's like I can remember like it's a freaking memory, like it actually happened. And I think about it. He said it could be a message. That makes way more sense, man. Guess I gotta start paying attention to my freaking dreams more, man. I guess somebody's trying to tell me something, man. Okay.
The craziest real event caught on camera. In 1982, during the filming of The Twilight Zone, the movie, a stunt helicopter was hovering 25 feet above Vic Morrow and two child actors. When pyrotechnic explosions damaged the helicopter, causing it to crash, killing all three instantly.
This Mackenzie Shirilla situation is wild. There's this 19-year-old Ohio teen who last summer was driving in a Toyota Corolla with her boyfriend Dominic Russo and his friend Davian Flanagan. And then when the car turned onto the road, it suddenly accelerated, jerking left and right until it barreled head-on into a brick wall at 100 miles per hour. When first responders arrived, the two men were pronounced dead. At the scene, Mackenzie was found unconscious and trapped inside the mangled car. But instead of getting hit with manslaughter charges, she got slapped with multiple counts of murder. And that's because prosecutors allege that this was no accident, saying that she actually crashed the car on purpose because she was trying to kill her boyfriend with whom she had a tumultuous relationship, and that his friend was just collateral damage. With them pointing to evidence like a computer analysis showing that she floored it without ever making an effort to slow it down, going so fast her fuzzy Prada slipper was found stuck to the gas pedal. Plus, a few days before the crash, Mackenzie took the same obscure route, apparently plotting her crime. It's all that leading to this week, where she was found guilty on all counts, and the judge saying she had a mission and she executed it with precision. And you can see her sobbing uncontrollably as the judge reads her verdict.
Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful.
Hey, bro, like, you see her, she's freaking crying. So I'm like, you planned it. Like I said, she laid it out, but like, you planned out the freaking full thing, man. And to hear like that she actually like planned that out like the day before, like she took that route, and I guess they planned out the specific time of what to do, man. Like you said, she floored it, 100 miles, took out her boyfriend and his freaking friend, bro. He was just collateral. She didn't even care, bro. Try to end it all, man. Like I said, these toxic relationships, man. Why does sometimes people just step back and just say it's not working? We could just break it off before anybody else gets hurt. Like, it's that simple, bro. It's that simple, but I guess to other people, man, they just can't break that freaking bond with that other person because I guess it's too hurtful. It's too much for them. Crazy, bro.
This thing on?
Did you know in the movie Scream, actor Skeet Ulrich almost got seriously injured while on set? And it happened in this scene right here when Sidney, dressed as Ghostface, stabs him with the umbrella in the chest. Ulrich had pads underneath his shirt, so when the umbrella stabbed him, it wouldn't hurt. But the second time he got stabbed, the stuntman missed the pad and actually hit his chest. His chest actually has metal wiring inside because he had open heart surgery as a child. Whenever the wiring gets hit hard or has intense pressure, it hurts a lot, and so his scream when he gets hit the second time was 100% real. The stuntman had hit that wiring and he fell to the ground and screamed. He was okay though, but they kept it in the movie because it was so authentic.
I've heard that freaking a couple of times, man. You know, movies like something like really authentic and real happens, man, like that it traumatizes. It's like the actual actor, but they keep it in there, man, because it's so real. Sometimes I question that. I'm like, do you guys think that's actually like the right move to do? I know like it gives off a great performance, man, but that person that's actually showing like legit pain or they're actually scared, but they keep it in there, man. I guess because they know it's gonna, I guess, sometimes make the most money, bro. It's gonna, I guess, shock the audience, man. That's what they really want because they know that's gonna bring in more money, man. Like I said, I mean, sometimes, bro, no. it can be the root of all evil, bro. Things that people would do to just to get some of that, it'll truly shock you.
This is the Pitbull video, one of the hardest cartel execution videos to watch explained.
Hmm.
The video that I'm about to explain is extremely graphic and I don't recommend searching for it. The video begins with a man lying on his back on the ground and two men are holding his legs open. He's being restrained. And in total there is 5 perpetrators and 1 victim. And also 2 pit bull dogs. Apparently this is the victim's punishment for allegedly doing something with a kid or to a kid. The victim is naked, and at the start of the video, the dog has done most of the work. The dog already ripped off the man's privates, and it's just a bloody mess. The dog continues to rip pieces of flesh off of where his privates used to be, and the victim is being held down, and he is also gagged, so he can't scream. But sometimes the gag came loose, and at this point you could hear the man scream in pain. The victim was even talking, but I couldn't translate it, but that means he was completely conscious during this. Which I can't even imagine the pain. As a man, this might be one of the worst videos out there. Funky Town is bad, Ghost Rider is bad, but as a man, I can't imagine anything more painful than a pit bull ripping off your junk while you're still alive. Not many people mention this video with the other disturbing ones, but it's definitely up there. There's not any information about the victim after the video. I don't know if he died, but it's safe to assume he did. He lost a lot of blood, and if a dog eats your privates, you will most likely get an infection and die from it. All in all, this video is very graphic, very real, and very disturbing. Please do yourself a favor and never go searching for this video, especially if you're a man.
I never do.
Mississippi woman who killed boyfriend and locked his body in freezer denied appeal to overturn conviction. That is a crazy mugshot right off the bat. Why are you smiling so hard after killing somebody?
No remorse.
This is Samantha Simmons, and she killed Thomas Burns. After Thomas's wife died of bone cancer, he eventually moved on and met Samantha Simmons. However, he definitely was not over it. He would carry her urn everywhere he went. Eventually, Samantha Simmons and Thomas Burns moved in together in 2018, and neighbors stopped hearing from him all of a sudden. One of the neighbors that frequently had coffee with Thomas came over to ask where he was. Samantha Simmons said he moved to Texas, and the neighbor did not believe her at all because all of his cars were still there. They tried to file a missing persons report, but they couldn't because technically they weren't related. This is where things get crazy, and the neighbors turn into the Avengers here. They noticed the moving company came, and then the next day they noticed the house was empty with music playing on the stereo. They decided to go inside and check out what's going on in that house. They found a freezer with a sheet on it, so they broke that open. They had to use a crowbar to pick the lock and everything. That's where they found Thomas Burns' body in there. He was curled into a ball, placed in the freezer, next to a bunch of frozen food, too. He also had a bag over his head with zip ties all over him, too. The autopsy report estimated that he was still alive at the time that he was put into the freezer, and that he died by asphyxiation because of the bag over his head. And of course, after looking at the zip ties, they found Samantha Simmons' DNA all over it. She tried to say there wasn't enough evidence in court, as if she didn't have DNA all over his frozen body and the zip ties. Wild story. Let me know what you guys think about the story in the comment section below, and check out my YT, link in bio.
It's freaking actually, it's a freaking tragic case, man. Like I said, how was his friend that I guess he used to freaking get coffee with us in the morning, how he had to be the one to freaking solve and crack the case, bro. Like when she said that he moved to Texas, I guess he was not buying the man, and like he actually broke into the house, bro. I guess to figure out what's going on, man. That's your true friend, bro. Somebody who actually cares about you, man. Always gotta have one of those around, bro. Like I said, like this here and that she put him in the freezer while he was still alive too. I thought he died, I guess, from the temperatures, but no, he died because passed away because of the freaking bag that she put over his head. Crazy, bro. Edit. Call it like I see it. Edit.
Now, a lot of people have been tagging me in this video, so I'm here to explain the backstory to this whole thing. This is the case of Lauren McCluskey. Now, the girl you see in this video was a 21-year-old college student in Utah. On October 22nd, 2018 at 9:55 p.m., she was found dead in her dormitory. She was shot 7 times. That afternoon, her ex-boyfriend waited for her outside her dormitory for several hours. She was on the phone with her mother at 8:23 p.m. when Melvin Rowland, her ex-boyfriend, confronted her. He violently dragged her across the parking lot in front of her dormitory, dropping all of her belongings. At 8:23 p.m., Lauren's father alerted campus authorities that his daughter was in danger. But around that time, it was already too late. Rowland committed slip and slide hours before killing McCluskey. The man who loaned Rowland the gun was sentenced to 3 years in prison. However, this didn't rest there. 2 years after Lauren's death, details started surfacing that campus ignored McCluskey in her claims of her ex-boyfriend stalking her and her life being in danger. It said that Lauren alerted campus authorities about her stalker ex-boyfriend, but they completely ignored her. The family ended up suing the university, and in exchange, the university paid them $14 million, but the damage was already done. That still didn't help the fact that the university ignored one of their brightest students who had scholarships to choose from. Like and follow for more.
This freaking crazy, bro. Goes to say, man, that's how sometimes like people, they truly just don't care, man, and how that can just affect everybody else around them, bro. Because she said she reported it, and it just didn't pick up on it. They just didn't care, man. That's to say, you always gotta take heed, man, of somebody's words, bro. That if it's a situation that serious, man, how could you just freaking ignore it, bro? That's like literally, that's their job. One thing they're there to do, and they didn't do it, bro. And resulted to her freaking losing her freaking life, man. People nowadays, bro, they need to pay more attention, bro. Pay attention to the details.
Story behind this mugshot will disturb you. This is Randy Petersilge, and in 2018 he was arrested for murder. Randy was a career criminal who throughout his life had been in and out of the prison system a number of times. But in 2018, when he was arrested for murder, prison would become his permanent home. But who did Randy kill? Well, we have to go 17 years in the past and go back to the night when 41-year-old Simon Clark, a local father, was murdered. On November 28, 2001, police were called to a home that was under construction where they found the dead body of 41-year-old Simon Clark. At the time, he was found beaten to death with injuries to his chest and head. And shortly after they discovered Simon's body, authorities discovered a baseball bat that they believed was used in the murder. Now, what's crazy looking back at it is that way back in 2001, the authorities believed that Randy Petersilge could have been their guy. He was their lead suspect, but they didn't have enough evidence to arrest him, and so they had to cut him loose. Eventually, though, over 17 years later, the authorities showed up to Randy's front door and took him into custody. As it turns out, after all those years, a few witnesses had come forward and decided that they wanted to spill the tea on exactly what had happened that night. According to the witnesses, Simon Clark had been murdered over a money dispute. So Simon, on the night of the murder, had gone over to this house that was under construction because his friend had found out that he was paying this contractor that he hired $300,000 for $120,000 worth of work. So Simon, hearing this, told his friend that he'd go over and talk to the contractors, and keep in mind Simon was married with 2 children at the time. But when he showed up, he met Randy, and Randy flew into a rage and beat him to death. And as it turns out, the contractor that was hired to do that work on the home had been defrauding Simon's friend the entire time in order to buy narcotics. Thankfully, though, Randy was finally arrested and put into prison for this murder, where he's now serving a life sentence. And this mugshot has to go down in history as one of the creepiest I've ever seen.
So if you can look on his damn freaking face, people are like, damn, bro. That is one of the creepiest freaking mugshots I've ever seen as well, man. It took him that long, man, for justice to finally catch up to him, bro. Goes to show you, man, whatever deed is an evil deed is something that you think you're gonna get away with, you will get caught in the end. YouTube, that's it, man, for this video for you guys today. Thank you guys. Tell me if you guys like this new setup. I'm rocking with it, man. Thank you guys, fellow seekers, who's been tapping in when I was running up and supporting the channel. You guys gonna catch you in the next videos. I'm out. Peace, YouTube.